Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Tarot Talk. I'm Tommy, and I'll be hosting your weekly reading today. And we're going to dive right in with this super quick overview, but do stick around after that for the in-depth reading. All right, starting you off with the Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups. All right. Well, Cancer, it looks like something's going on behind the scenes here with the Seven of Swords. You can see this figure snatching up 5 of those 7 swords and kind of scurrying away here. He's got this wide stride, but he's kind of on his tiptoes like he's trying to flee quickly but quietly. He's looking over his shoulder to see if he's got caught. Now, this card is sometimes called the card of deception, but it doesn't always mean that someone's being deceived. It could, we're going to see where this goes, it could just mean that you or someone is working on something behind the scenes. Next up is the Knight of Cups. There's something that's kind of romantic going here. Now, that could be romantic in the form of a relationship, or it could be the idea of something or something that you're wanting to happen that you are romanticizing in your mind. So that'll be interesting to figure out again where that's going. All right, then you've got the Eight of Cups. So if I tie in the Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, I'm thinking that it is you here in the Seven of Swords, that you're working on something behind the scenes that you don't want anybody to know about yet, or at least not many people. You're very excited, and the idea is you're romanticizing this idea. You think it's going to make your heart full here to do it. And I say that because here in the Eight of Cups, you're clearly walking away from something that no longer serves you back here, something that you were once happy with, but now, not so much. I'm out of here, is kind of the mental image I'm getting there. So we're going to go deeper with a Celtic cross spread here in just a minute to check out your past, present, future, subconscious, kind of see what's going on with this situation. But before we go too far into it, let's see how you are showing up in this energy. Wow. You are showing up with 10 of Pentacles. Now, there is a stack of these here, but I don't think they were all meant for you. I feel like that one was jumping out, so we're not going to look at the others in there. But 10 of Pentacles is where you're showing up here. So let's talk about that. All right, the 10 of Pentacles is a card of wisdom. It's a card of legacy, clearly the card of abundance, typically financial abundance. So it looks to me like whatever this is that you're romanticizing here, you're wanting it to be built on this solid foundation. Or perhaps you feel like you have built a solid enough foundation in your life that it's okay for you to take on this new risk, this new endeavor, something new that you're very excited, but again, quietly working on behind the scenes. So that'll be interesting to find out exactly which way that's going. All right, while I get your cards ready here, and hopefully a bunch more don't jump out at me like that, I will remind you that this is a general reading. So if it's not resonating with you, please do leave it behind, or feel free to share this message with somebody you think might need to see it or benefit from it. I would also invite you to stick around for the entire reading, because something may jump out here that we're not expecting right now, even if this isn't resonating with you yet. If you are going to stick around with us, please do hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do that, and it really helps support the channel, keep it growing, and will allow me to keep bringing these readings to you week after week. All right, what is your challenge right now? Your challenge is the Chariot. All right, so you want to be moving forward. You're ready to start going full speed ahead, and you feel like you are the right person for this job or this project or this relationship that you're wanting to start. You think you are the one. That's further symbolized by this divine guidance. You're kind of wanting some divine guidance to lead your way. But for some reason, you're feeling like you can't quite get started on it just yet. Like it's not the right time, or maybe even just questioning, is it the right time? Again, especially this divine guidance is really showing up like you're just looking for a sign here. Is this really the right step for me? Is this the way that I want to go or should be going? Or should I be staying here and doing the same? I think you're having a little bit of conflicting thoughts on it right now. So let's see what's going on in your subconscious. All right. Subconscious, you've got the Three of Pentacles, but you may have noticed that that actually came up reversed here. So first, let's talk about its upright meaning. So the Three of Pentacles is about partnerships and about coming together, seeking guidance, and things being built on a solid foundation. You can see this guy is kind of like painting this wall or working on this wall over here. These two people, you may not be able to see this level of detail there, but they've got like blueprints in their hands, and it's like they're consulting or almost looking up to him for some type of guidance. But it's like they're all trying to come together here. Now, I mentioned the arch back here in the Ten of Pentacles with a solid foundation. There are a ton of arches in this scene. The closer you look, the more arches you see. So that would indicate, again, solid foundations. Now, this came up reversed. So it's not always exactly opposite, but there's a lot of opposite things here. What I'm seeing is maybe a foundation, or excuse me, a partnership rather, that's being challenged. Maybe your foundation here is not caving in, but you're detecting some cracks in it, right? There's something that we got to repair here, and we need to almost move out of this situation. But you know that by moving out of this situation, you're going to damage a partnership that's back here in the background. Again, could be romantic or could be business wise, but somehow you feel like you're going to damage something by walking away. But you really can't help but be excited inside, and you don't want to hurt their feelings by telling them that, but you're really excited about walking away from this right now, and you're just trying to keep that under wraps. All right, what brought you here? Let's see. What happened in the recent past? Well, your cup's just not full anymore. You've got the Four of Cups here, and this figure is looking out at these three cups, and you can tell by his body language and his facial expression that these three cups just ain't doing it for him anymore. He's kind of like, this once upon a time, I was really happy with this when I had these three cups, but now, meh, not so much. Now, he's got this fourth cup coming in here, though, and it's coming almost out of nowhere. And I typically would say that he's missing that here. Almost, I think 99% of the time I see this card, I think, hey, look over here, you're missing it. But for you, Cancer, I see this a little bit differently. I think you do know that that cup's over there, and I think you're just trying not to look over there. I think you're wondering if the grass is greener on the other side over there, but you're pretending not to notice, right? You're being really coy in this situation. Again, is backed up by this Seven of Swords. But the Knight of Cups says, yeah, you like it, and you're thinking about running to it, but again, you're worried about what you might hurt and what you might destroy in the process. Maybe that's why legacy is showing up here in the beginning. You're like, look, right now I'm really loved, and there's this, I've built this great life and all this, but if I go over here where the grass is greener, if I take that approach and I boldly move forward as the Chariot does, I'm going to crumble everything that I've built. Ugh, that is a sticky situation. All right, let's see what's going on in your conscious. In your conscious right now, you're just thinking about it. You're just hanging out right now. This is what you're aware of. So the Four of Swords is all about rest, relaxation. It's what I like to call the take a nap card. Okay, so you're really just kind of taking a rest, taking it all in, sleeping, maybe praying about it, looking for divine guidance here. Again, I mentioned that back here in the Chariot. I think that's exactly what you're doing. I think you're doing a lot of praying. You're doing a lot of soul searching right now, saying, gosh, I used to be happy in what I'm at. I don't know why the love is gone or the romance is gone or why I don't like this partnership anymore, but I really want to move on to what serves me. Am I going to be happier in this? Okay, let's see what's going on in the near future to see what may happen here. All right, so you are the star of the show here. You're the star of this reading for sure, but I think that you're the star of your life right now. Again, there's kind of this, I think what you're wanting here is this kind of like North Star energy, this just guiding light to tell you which way is the right way to go. Here you can see this figure leaning over, pouring water in these two. One is in this pond and one's on land here. There's some challenges or a journey that's kind of behind them. And right now, once again, you're just kind of in this place of like tranquility, and you're not totally unhappy here. You're just not the happiest you've ever been. And you're kind of wondering again, like, what's next? What waits for me? I want to be a star. I want to be seen. And, I want to kind of break out of this. This could even indicate, if it's a relationship, it may even be that you're not necessarily wanting to leave a relationship, but you're wanting to just change your whole prospect on life of what you do. Maybe you've been in a career for 20 or 30 years that you're thinking, gosh, I don't want to do this anymore, but I'm going to just, I want to go do this crazy thing, that's way out of character for me. Maybe you've been an investment banker all your life, and now you want to give up your day job and just go spend all your time in community theater or something like that. Like, that's kind of what I'm seeing with this star card. Like, you want to be recognized, you want to be seen, you want to be heard, but you also know that, once again, that's going to kind of rock the foundation. You don't know that you're going to be able to be supported by everybody in that. With this showing up in the future, though, it is showing up that the universe is looking upon you favorably right now. So, you know, as hurtful as that may be to some around you, and I've said this in some other readings today, that only you can live this life, and you got to live your best and happiest life. Now, I'm not saying go crush anybody's dreams or stomp on anybody to get there. Do it with love and compassion for those around you, but ultimately, you have to serve yourself in this life. You're the only one that can live it, and you got to do what's best for you, while trying to be as kind as you can to those around you. All right, let's see how you see yourself. You see yourself as the Page of Pentacles. Okay, no surprise there. Again, I knew you knew it. I knew that you knew this was over here. Okay, so with the Page of Pentacles, you're studying this new thing. Once again, is the grass greener on the other side? I mean, look at this gaze in his eye there, studying at this thing. You want to know if it's going to be abundant. You want to know if it's the right move for you. With the glowing sun and everything in the background, it's showing like this isn't necessarily the wrong path. I think as long as you're learning about it and taking the time, once again, not doing anything with haste. The Page of Pentacles, this is the card of the student here. So you need to learn about the situation. Don't make any hasty decisions. However, this is looking favorable for you. Whatever you're considering doing, that you're thinking about behind the scenes, it is going to work in your favor, I believe. All right, let's take a look at your external influences. Well, yeah, that's your influence. Okay, so aside from you, those things that are outside of you but impacting your world is the Four of Wands. Now, with the Four of Wands, there's a celebration here. There's a structure. Again, this huge castle, just like we started with. There's a really solid foundation that your life is built on right now. It's a community card. There is this community back here that's celebrating. There's a couple here that's celebrating. I mean, this sometimes comes out right after a wedding, or maybe right before a wedding, indicating somebody's going to get married or be together. There's an arched bridge, another arch, another foundation. So your external influences is you live in a very happy and comfortable life right now. You're just not quite sure that you want to shake that up. You're I think very hesitant about walking away from that. Let's check that in the hopes and fears. Yep, hopes and fears. You want to go into this like a king, right? You want to go into this being all knowing, almost knowing the future here, almost being able to see, like, if I choose that, which way is going to make me happy, right? I want to be the master of my domain. I want to be able to weather any storms that pop up, and I just want to be the happiest I can be. And I think your hope is, well, that is your hope, but I think your fear is that you'll choose the wrong path. And, I can't blame you for that. Obviously, this looks like it's a path that once you decide to go down it, probably can't be undone. So it's kind of like you got one shot at this, whichever way you go. So Spirit's going to refer you back to this Page of Pentacles energy and say, look, maybe right now it's time to just spend a little more time in this mentality. A decision doesn't have to be made today. Absorb and learn everything you can do. Let's just pause for a moment and just think about it. And then make the best choice that is going to best serve you and your heart. All right, let's check out the outcome. All right, again, yep, looking to times past. So the Six of Cups here is telling you to really take a serious look at the past right now. That's kind of the energy you need to be in. Again, this is a weekly reading, so the outcome, this is not permanent, right? This is for the next several days. Here you see this old-timey scene. There's this child handing this full cup of flowers to this older woman. It's literally looking back at your past, looking to happier times, and really drawing something from that there. So you almost need to mentally take a couple days here to go like mentally live in that time frame in your life and remember the things that brought you the joy and happiness in this situation. And then make your decision to go forward and think of how you can preserve the past, the parts that you loved about the past as you embark upon this journey here. Let's see what's going on with your shadow card. Okay, so the shadow card is the tower. So going on in the back, well, first of all, the tower, you've got the tower here being struck by lightning. It's in flames, and these people are uh, falling out of the sky, right? It's kind of a horrific looking card. What it symbolizes, though, is that there's a lot of chaos going on. I think the chaos, though, is in your own thoughts. I think you're wanting to take this time to rest, and you are resting some, but even when your eyes are closed, you're still thinking about how this whole thing could collapse, right? If you choose to walk away, that's going to be the end of your life as you know it. There's no going back. Sometimes, though, this card can be kind of like falling back to earth, getting grounded a little bit instead of being so pie in the sky. Again, with this coming out of here, wondering if the grass is greener, don't don't just wonder that and jump into something not knowing. We need to study it before we shake up the foundation of everything here, before you change your entire life. Let's just take a moment, reflect on the past, and make sure that we're going this way. This doesn't mean that your life is going to be chaos. If you do all of that, it's just kind of like chaotic thoughts right now. And I think it's time for you to spend some time meditating. You're looking for that divine guidance, but are you really pulling yourself away from the situation enough that you're doing your meditating, you're doing your journaling, you're spending time in nature? You need to find some peace and quiet and really sift through it. This would be a time I'd say pull out your T chart, right? And make your decision looking at that, pros and cons, just to know, because if you're going to make that big of a change in your life, you want to do it with care and consideration. Okay, let's take a look at your Cosmic Wisdom Oracle card. You've got the moon. In times of darkness, find solace in the knowledge that the light will return in times of brightness. Appreciate the illumination and let it guide your steps. All right, so that's signifying to me, and I'm surprised it didn't come out here. It may in your reading here in a few days, that the moon shows up and lights a path. So there may be a path to happiness here that you're not seeing just yet. That will kind of come out of the darkness. Like the path is there, but you're just not seeing it yet. And I think to light the way, typically the moon lights the way in that situation. But I think here your inner wisdom, and again, connecting to the past, may light your way into how to make your present the happiest it can be. This one was really trying to jump out of there. All right, Akashic Records Oracle card. Jump in. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway. This is that time. Well, okay, so that's conflicting a little bit with what we got from the moon here, but it sounds like it may be time to take that chance. So again, take it. Be the student here for a few days. Make sure you're doing it right, because if it can't be undone, you need to make 100% certain it's the right way. So once you've made that decision, go ahead and jump in, Cancer. All right, it's going to be a little bit of a stressful week for you, I think, but try to calm your thoughts, try to isolate a little bit, meditate, journal, and you will figure out the right path to this. And whichever you choose, the star is your guide here. The stars are your guide there. And it's going to be a good outcome for you one way or another. All right, Cancer, have a great week. We'll see you in a few days.